Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, John. I don't know where everyone else is. MIA. Missing in action. But you're here, and that's all that counts. That is all that counts. But you're the first, John. John, put it in. You are the first. So yes, yesterday we completed number one. Upside down. Well, I don't suppose it really matters what way it goes. Number one of our scratch cards. I'm a little happier with it now than I was when I was doing it. Still not ever going to be one of my favorites, but it is number one. And today we are going to be working on scratch cards. I said it again, didn't I? Scratch cards. It's not scratch cards. It's trading cards. Trading cards. Don't even buy scratch cards. Why do I keep saying that? So yesterday, was it yesterday? It feels like it was a lifetime away. Anyway, we painted with some wet on wet watercolor and added some salt because I wanted to do this background because I have an idea. I mean, it's a very abstract idea because I don't know what I'm doing, to do some cherry blossoms. And who knows what it's going to come out like because I actually don't have a clue. But I have some clear water, some water that I've already been playing with. A background. Let me zoom in. Zoom. And focus. I was nearly late. Didn't realize the time. Okay, right. Let's get putting paint on paper. Don't even know what brushes to use because let's see. Let us see. Cherry blossoms are pink, but I want a very pale pink, really. I don't know about that colour. Very watered down is what I want. That might just be too vibrant a pink. I'm sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing here. This is my paint palette, and that's definitely too dark. Just trying to figure out. This is a purpley one, but I wonder. No, too purple. Right, I am going to go for this one, but really watered down. So let me do that. Let's give it a go. Oops, cherry blossoms have 5. So why am I doing 6? Watercolour Wednesday. What's the gossip? Oh, we're going to have a gossipy day. Okay. Well, you're not on Twitter. So I posted This worked out so much better when I was practicing. Just going to say. I posted spread the love, not the hate post on Twitter today. So maybe that's what we'll focus on today. Okay, these, let me show you what they're supposed to look like. I didn't even, this was me playing, okay, and this is me doing it for real. Now go figure. It's fine. Good morning, Bone. So yeah, we're spreading the love today. That's the plan. I woke up this morning and went on YouTube, and that was okay, actually, to be fair. I was watching Risey and he was being oh, you don't feel so alone now. Oh, sorry, do I not count? I was watching our friend Risey and he was being really sweet. I like Risey. And then I went on Twitter and God, all I saw was loads of hate posts. And I was like, really? I was having a good morning. And now suddenly I'm bombarded with a world full of hate and misery. So I decided I wasn't going to stand for it. I'm going to create an army of people that are going to start spreading the love, not the hate. This is really not working out well for me. Now, tell me, what am I doing so wrong? It's fine, because it's going to be abstract. And we're just going to work on it until we're happy with it. It's going to be just fine. So how is everybody today? Oh yeah, going back to my spreading the love. Right, we're not having it anymore, guys. We're not going to sit here and let people talk about other people, spread hate. We're going to create our own little community where we're just nice, happy people. What do you think? Or am I crazy to even imagine a world without hate? Oh, that was something I wanted to try. Hold on a minute. There was another thing I saw where you just draw some dots and then spread it out from there. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. That works better for me. Well, you guys are quiet today. I guess you're all busy doing your morning things. Now I feel all alone. Sup, Manticore? You're going to talk to me. Everyone else is being quiet. Don't judge me on this painting. The practice went so much better. Oh, look, that was my very first ever watercolour painting. You can't see it, but that was like probably the last watercolour painting I did as well. Look, this was the practice, and this is the real thing. I don't even know. Oh, I see. I get it now. You'll talk to each other, but not me. Uh-oh. I'm just teasing. Or am I? Sorry if I'm a bit sniffy today. I've woken up with a really hay fevery kind of vibe. I think my paintbrush might be a bit too wet. Put some of that. Spread it a little bit. God, I hope I'm not coming down with something. Bad YouTube. It didn't let me know this had started. Catching up. You were right here when I started. Well, you might not have been right here, but I mean, you couldn't have been far out. I actually started on time, I think. Now we will be doing some like sketching over the top of this. This is not going to be the finished product by any means. Oh dear. I didn't want to use that brush. I need a thinner brush. Right, what have we got? Let's try this one. I'm still learning about brushes. It was still sitting there on the practice. It's still in the early stages. Yes, I know everybody. I'm sorry. We're getting there. We're getting there. By the time I finish this, it's gonna look just fine. Someone's got to have the faith. Ooh. I think what it is the practice one was just on a big piece of paper. Being that this is so small, I'm trying to do everything smaller. Wow, it was really bad. You were going for a full 10 to 15 minutes without letting you know. Well, I thought you were here, John. I was talking to you and everything. I've got this song stuck in my head. I don't know where it's come from. Right. Which song is that? Somewhere Only We Know. The Lily Allen version. I think it's because I'm thinking nice, happy thoughts today. And I just want the world to be at peace. In it, Manticore, in it. No, do you know what? It does that sometimes to me when I'm waiting for breakfast streams, because I'll just sort of sit on the thumbnail or whatever, and then I'm thinking, wow, he's late today. I'm going to have to come out of it and go into it. Johnny's in the past still. Yeah, well, there's a hierarchy here, isn't there, Manticore? I mean, you're right in the future. I'm right where I should be. And these Americans are in the past. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It's just the way it is. Oh, 1 second. They say Australians are upside down. Yeah, I've always wondered about that, actually, Manticore. Is that why Australians are generally pretty crazy people? Because, like, all the blood's rushing to their heads the whole time. And I know you won't take offense to that joke, because you're not one of those people. Just in time for Katie to make us hold for a second. Look, I'm sorry. Family matters. I think this is actually going to be rescued once I put the black pen around it. It's not quite as horrific as it was now, is it? From your... I don't know how to draw up the right way. Yes, Katie, Aussies are down there holding by their toes. What time did your daughter come in yesterday? About 7:30 in the evening. Okay, guys, let's paint upside down for the Australians in the chat. Should I add some green? Right, so this is upside down. So oh, stop singing that song. I'd play it, but obviously I'm not allowed to play music on YouTube. Half of means before, I think. You're better upside down. Maybe you're Australian too, Katie. Well, I did always want to come to Australia because of Home and Away. I thought I could easy live in a caravan park and and be Australian. Wasn't so keen on Neighbours. There might be too much green now. Let's add a little bit of very light purpley. Oh Jesus, that show is horrendous. They're both terrible. Half past 7. So 7:30. What am I doing? Oh yeah, adding a bit of purpley for no apparent reason. But then I like purple. Oh, I'm going to put this aside now to dry, because once it's dried a little bit, I want to put some black pen around it. Yeah, that didn't really work, did it? Let's add some pink. There. Big splodge there. Australian television and film is awful. No, it really isn't actually, Manticore. It really, really isn't. As a kid, we never used to get American TV shows, or very rarely. But we did used to get a lot of Australian shows. And oh my God, I absolutely loved things like the Red Hand Gang, and no, you made the most awesome kids TV shows and things. I was like, wow. Right, I said I was going to put this away, didn't I? Why do I always do that? So I'm going to put it away and then carry on. Right, let's do something else. What should we do now? Well, we've got the watercolours out. Still have some more watercolour paper here. You grew up on American pop culture. You're obnoxiously fussy with films. Okay. No, I grew up on Australian TV and loved it. One of your favourite bands is from Australia. Have you heard of Amil and the Sniffers? That sounds weird. Most Australian media makes you cringe. Really? Oh. And of course, you know, the classic Crocodile Dundee. Oh, come on, Manticore. Have you seen British TV? I have not watched British television for decades now. It is awful. You like British? British theatre is not bad at all. Have you been to England, Manticore? Kamala and the Bidens. What? Crocodile Dundee is a classic. I love Crocodile Dundee. I'm just going to practice play here, because I don't know what I'm doing. We're just going to, you've never left Australia yet. But the thing is, I suppose it's so big, you know, probably take you a week just to get to the airport. You should come to the UK. Probably not like this week or something, because there's a lot of riots and things going on, but you know, come at some point. I haven't really mastered this whole wet on wet or wet on dry or anything yet. Try a smaller brush. You grew up watching Mr. Bean on public broadcasting service. You have relatives in Germany. I like Mr. Bean sometimes. It gets a bit tedious because she's like, oh my God, get on with it. I went to Germany once. Jeremy, hello. There was a movie about two big booty twerkers that robbed bakeries on the east coast of the USA. Their crime spree was epic. It was called Buns on the Run. Hey, Eric. Hey, Jeremy. Well, I only watch Korean dramas and movies now, really, because I don't know, I like them. Sorry to you, all you guys that actually know how to watercolor paint, because I don't. How is my daughter? She is fine. She is home. She is happy. She is sleeping. I've got to say, this looks so much easier in all the YouTube videos I watched. You haven't seen much in the way of movies recently. I don't. Oh, I went to the cinema and watched Inside Out 2. That's about the last movie I watched. John and I watched this really, really good movie. What was it called, John? Remind me again. You know, like the Dumber and Dumberer of Dumber and Dumberer. He said, I'm watching this really good movie. You should watch it with me. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm not doing anything. It was the dumbest movie I've ever watched. I'm not joking. You might remember what it's called in a minute. You're finally watching Stargirl on Tubi. No movies at the cinema for a long time. I want to go and watch Deadpool. I probably will go and watch that. I don't know, sometime in the next week or so. Because I want to. This is so clear to see. I have no idea what I'm doing, right? I can't even get away with... Maybe it's just flowers aren't my thing. You know, we all have a thing. Maybe flowers isn't mine. No interest in Deadpool and Wolverine. You love superheroes, but you're tired of all the humorous takes and the woke crap. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I have to say Deadpool... No, flowers is not my thing. Not. All the previous stuff. Look, I don't care. Deadpool's the only superhero I really like. What am I supposed to do? I'm not... Dare I say, I'm not a superhero fan. Or will you all just, like, block me? I'm not a superhero fan. I like comic books and things, but I like fantasy. So, like, give me some dwarves and elves and princes and princesses. No, not really princesses, but, you know, like old-fashioned medieval kind of... That's what I like. Superheroes? Nah. He's the anti-hero. Yeah, I definitely am actually more of an anti-hero kind of person, to be fair. You see the heroes. Maybe it's just because I'm, you know, a woman and we always go for the wrong kind of guy. Yeah, you know, you've got the nicest guy in front of you, and we're going to go for the jackass that's going to treat us terribly. Bone, what colour goes with yellow for flowers? I want to do some more flowers, but I want a different colour. You need more flower power. Women love Jackman and Ryan Reynolds. I get it. I'm just so tired of Deadpool. I may change my mind, but I'd rather have money for food and water. Well, that would be a far more sensible thing. Bone just watches horror movies. Well, we just cannot watch a movie together then, Bone, because I'm terrified of horror movies. I'm terrified of them. I've said it before, superheroes created a generation of people who need to be saved from themselves. You know what it is? Like, Superman was okay. Obviously, I kind of grew up with Superman, and yeah, sure, I like the movie and everything. Purple. Okay, I was going to do red, but purple is my favourite colour, so okay with that. What was I saying? Totally lost my train of thought. Sorry, right, we're not going to talk about Deadpool anymore. I can't do the upside down ones with my right hand. It just doesn't really work. Yeah, that looks pretty, like a little violet. Oh, you meant, yeah. No, the thing is, it is not something we do automatically. I mean, it's not intentional. It's not intentional at all. There's just, I don't know. If I knew what it was, Eric, I wouldn't do it. Yeah. It is just a thing, and I don't know why. It's because they give you all these promises of a fun time, and they're going to give you the world, and what they actually mean is, I'm going to destroy your world and give you a completely brand new one. Oh, sorry, I'll stop now. I'll stop. I hope I didn't send you away. Future faking, yeah. We're almost there. No. Katie, scroll up. You could be a bad boy, Eric. Eric could be a bad boy as much as I could be a bad girl. The movie was Aqua Donkeys by Blaze TV. It was free on YouTube. Katie is telling Porcupines, while the movie was indeed trash, I did not sell it as a great movie. No, I always said that I'm going to tell everybody that he made me watch this terrible movie, so I did. You have to watch it to the end, though. This is the problem. You actually have to watch it to the end because you think something better is going to happen. You tell them, Bone. Need more likes, need more shares, need more love. Need more love in the world. Because we're having a Promote Love Day. It's too much hate. Let's sell. Let's sell the world some love and honesty. And girls, go pick those nice guys. Just those ones that offer you fun. Trust me. And while we're at it, boys, pick those nice girls too, the ones that actually want to talk to you. Actually, I've been watching. Oh, I'm messing this up again. Oh, I can't paint. In a world gone mad, be an anchor they can look to. So I created my AI counterpart with Llama 3, a large language model. Crazy. Yeah, I might have to create myself an AI counterpart, to be perfectly honest. I think I'd probably get on with them better, to be fair. Negative people need drama like oxygen. Stay positive. It'll take their breath away. Tony Gaskins. It's true. It's true. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I may have to create an AI. But then you guys would never see me because I'd just be like hanging out with my AI friend. You know what? I got some advice. If you're a girl or your boy, so if your partner doesn't want to introduce you to their friends or doesn't let you talk to their friends or stuff like that, run a mile. If they're not proud enough of you to want to show you off, don't even. I know, right? Where is Lisa when I need her? I do so much better when Lisa's here. Oh, I'm not having much. I'm going to bin this one. Okay. Right. Now I'm going to either improve or ruin this one. Here goes, guys. It's supposed to be messy in this style of painting, drawing, because it's supposed to be abstract. I'm not saying I particularly like this style, but it is a style that I am trying out. Watch out for cluster bees. You prefer talking to AI? Yes. I mean, the thing is, though, Manticore, I don't know any of you personally, really. I've spoken to every single one of you on the internet. All of you could be AI. How do I know you're real? I don't. Yeah, I've been watching this guy on the on YouTube Shorts. That I don't know. I just randomly found him, but I keep going through all these shorts because he's just hilarious. Define real. You've got my number. I don't have your number. Yeah, it's good to try different styles. I agree. Bone doesn't like AI. Define real. Well, I think I mean, that shouldn't be such a tough one, should it? I should just be able to say, well, it's somebody that's actually living, breathing, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, we can all, just for example, like when I'm at home, well, I say at home, like when I go and visit my parents and things, I'm a very different person to when I talk to my friends, when I talk on the internet. I'm still the same person, you know, with the same, well, most of the time, not always, the same views, but my mannerisms, the way I speak. If I have to communicate with the people around here where I live, if I was to speak the way I speak with my parents, they'd look at me like blankly, like, what are you even saying? So I have to speak in almost a different language where I live, which is not one of the greatest areas. I live in a, well, I'm not knocking where I live, okay, because the people here are actually really good and they've helped me out so much over the years. But I live in a very highly gypsy traveller area. Literally, the gypsy site is at the back of my garden with just a fence separating us. But it's a different way of life to the way I grew up. So the way I have to be when I'm here is a lot brasher and tougher than when I'm here talking to you guys on the internet. So both of them, those people are real. They're really me. But which one is the real me? So that's why real is difficult to define. My point is our perception of reality is only a representation. We are limited to our five senses to perceive the world. Well, sometimes there's a sixth sense. If any of you have ever had a bad feeling about something, or, I do believe there is a sixth sense. But yes, and everything that we perceive is due to, what we are familiar with as well. So what we've experienced in our lives will affect our perception on things. So like if you've only experienced narcissistic people, you're going to think that that's kind of normal, and you're just going to, go along with it. How is this looking now? Any better? I mean, I'm not saying I like it, but it's definitely better than when I first started. That's why no two people's perceptions are the same. And the other thing is, intuition is real. Guy Ritchie movie, Snatch, taught you about. You can't say that word. I refuse to say that word. I'm sorry, that is a bad word. That's why there's always like two sides to something, like two people can be telling the truth, but because it's just their perception of it, doesn't necessarily make it. And the other thing with people on the internet, in my experience, yeah, it's a bad word. It looks good with the leaves and branches. Thank you. I mean, that's kind of where I'm leaving it now. Another disaster. I tend to do less disasters when I'm just practicing and playing. But who knows what this looks like when it's dry. Katie is trying to tell us she can't perceive. That word has a double meaning. I don't think it's a bad word either. There's three sides. Yeah. Ah, dear. I'm trying to say something. What am I trying to say? I'm going to use my pen's not working. I'm going to use my new signature now. So yeah. That's not going to work. Oh dear. We are new signature, new and improved. What I'm saying is, when you meet people on the internet, okay, now I know this from experience, you can talk to them every day for hours and hours and hours every day, and you can think you know that person, yeah, but you don't, because what you actually know is because you're not there with them, so you don't see them. You might be on video chat or whatever, but you don't see and pick up on those like micro reactions and things. And you don't really know. You only know what they say. You don't really know what they're doing once you're not on the phone with them. It's No, I don't think you ever do really know anybody at all. But basically, you're making up who that person is. You know, they are who you want them to be. So when they turn out to not be like that, it's no surprise, really, is it? Yeah, not happy with that. People only show you the mask. I mean, you must get to know people, like if you live with them and whatever. So there's our two trading cards. One, that's two. Identity is not as fixed as we like to believe. Nope, agreed. It is not, because even, I don't know. I mean, maybe you guys do. I don't even know myself. Okay, so how can I possibly know somebody else? It's ever changing and transforming. Exactly. Because as we learn more, as we do more, as we experience more, that changes our perception on things. And I'm just going to do 2 minutes. I'm trying to think what to do. 2 minutes. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just talking rubbish today, as usual. I think it's just because, you know, I woke up in a really good mood. I had this really weird dream. All right. And I'm going to try and remember it. And I think it kind of makes sense to me. Anyway, I generally just dream that I'm like college age anyway, because it's how I feel. So I was at this college. It is a nice light stream, pondering the great unknown. You know yourself better than you know anyone, but I still know nothing in the grand scheme of things. No, I literally don't have a clue who I am. Literally. Yes, so my dream. Right. My dream. I'm trying to think now. Basically, there was this guy that I was sort of seeing, but he was seeing someone else as well, like, which I don't think I knew about at first, but then I did. And then this other guy came along, this new guy, and I was trying to make this other guy jealous, but then ended up liking the other guy. And that just sounds really like, yeah, I did go for the bad boy originally, but the other guy seemed really nice. But then he wasn't interested in me, so that kind of ruined the dream a bit. But yeah, I mean, the dream was so much more in depth than I can even say, which is why it sounds so like shallow and ridiculous me trying to say it. But yeah, I can't really explain it. It wasn't just like that. I mean, there was a lot more into it as well. Like, there was a lot of more mystery going on, that we had to try and save people and stuff. We're getting into dream symbolism. No, because I don't generally believe like dreams are anything, mostly, other than, you're trying to sort your thoughts out and stuff. But I mean, this one, say that it was a corrupt head teacher. So between us, we were all trying to like save people and do whatever. So there was a lot more in depth than just kind of that. But how to, well, this is the question, isn't it? You dig this shit? That's the question. How do I know I'm not dreaming right now? I don't know that I'm not dreaming right now. I don't know that when I'm dreaming, is that reality? And is this a dream? How do we actually know anything that's going on in reality? And has any of you had those like glitches in like reality where you might just be walking down the street and suddenly it's like in front of your eyes, you just get this like, you know, like TV static, and then it's just for a second and then everything's back to normal again. I've had that a few times. You're inclined to disagree. That's your right. What do you disagree with? Bone, oh, I think about that when I wake up. The dream within a dream. And yes, many times. Yeah, a few times I was aware that I was dreaming, but just went along with the dream. Yeah, I actually have had a lot of lucid dreams and things like that. I once got stuck in a dream, and that was terrifying. It was when I was in Canada, and I woke up, got up, I went to the bedroom door, I opened the door, and outside was just a black void. And I thought, oh, I must be asleep. So the next thing, I wake up in bed, I get out of bed, I go to the door, open the door, and it's a black void. And it's just like, this is crazy. I wake up, I get, and this must have happened, I have no idea how many times. And it was getting quite scary, really, because I knew every time I woke up that there was this potential that I wasn't going to be able to get out the door. And eventually, I must have actually woken up because it was normal outside the door. Otherwise, I'd still be there today. Does anyone else hear dream theatre playing now too? No. Dream symbolism is real. I think it's our brains trying to sort problems out. Do I think it's a way of predicting the future? Not unless our brains have sorted it out and we can then make the but this is good because I love having different opinions, because that's how you learn things and how you actually grow as a person. Symbols and signs from the collective unconscious. Yeah, but is that not just our brains? Because we're taking, sorry, Bone, I'm going to get back to your comment in a minute. Our brains taking so much more stimulus than we are aware of, okay? Because our brains will focus in on something, you know, like zoom in on something. It's still aware of all the stuff that's going on around us, but we are not conscious of that because our brain is filtering it. So when we're sleeping, all those things that our brain has filtered out for our consciousness, you know, for what we are seeing and hearing and doing, it is still there. It still took it in. So there is a lot more to like what's out there that we see. Now let me get back to Bones. I didn't mean to stop that halfway. In my dream, I was telling everybody that it was just a dream, and they just laughed at me. It's so, dreams are just so weird. I mean, I dream every single night. I don't believe there's a night. I usually can't remember that. I know I've dreamt. I usually can't remember them in detail as soon as I try to think about them. And as I just tried to explain one, and it came out really shallow and not at all what the dream was about, but that's all I could remember. Dreams are meant to keep yourself entertained while awashed in sleep chemicals. Manskill says, we are part of a psychic network that links us all, collective unconscious and collective consciousness. Now, you see, I don't know if I believe in that specifically. I do believe that we are far more attuned and aware of things, whether it's a collective or whatever, than we believe. And I think there's an awful lot of things that we don't know or haven't discovered that we are capable of for definite. What Katie has said is true. If your subconscious has sorted something out, it will be part of the entertainment. That's what you've tried to suppress will surface. I mean, there's definitely things that, you see, I've had quite a few experiences where, like, everybody that knows me will tell you that I'm psychic, I'm a witch, whatever. Because I've just known things that I couldn't possibly have known. And you see, I just believe that that is more a case of being more aware of my surroundings, being more perceptive, maybe, even without realizing it. It's like you can't lie to me. It's impossible to lie to me. I might pretend to believe you, but I will know, and I don't know how I know, but it could just be like a slight change in tone or, hand gestures. And I am definitely not clued up on body language or anything. So it's not that I'm consciously aware of that. Hey, Nikki, we're having a deep conversation now. Oh, what's this? It's Jungian psychology. It's been proven as true. Okay. And women do have a stronger intuitive abilities than men. I believe that is true. That's not me saying women are better. Men have different strengths and abilities. But yeah, I do think that's true. So I'm not saying that, I'm psychic, I can predict things. I think everybody is capable of doing it. I think it's just I have a natural ability to recognize things without actually recognizing them. Evolutionarily. Yeah, I'm trying to think what the reason for that would be. Because like go back in the day, the men needed to be able to hunt and stuff, but maybe the women needed to be more aware of the dangers so that she could send her men out to deal with it. I don't know. It's a protection thing, I guess, isn't it? Women have a different way. I mean, men protect, but women have a different way of protecting. It's not a physical way. And again, let's just put this out here. Not all women, not all men. We're not saying anything. How did we get on from dreaming to... I really should end the stream, I guess. I'm having so much fun, though. It's always interesting when Manticore comes in the chat and tries to derail us. Not derail us, but get our brains working in the morning. It's because it's his evening. Our brains are just working. I'm sure I had a plan for this. I can't remember what it was. But it's scratch card. Somebody electric shock me next time I say that. It's trading card number 3. Being politically correct. I try. Appease the crowd and you appease no one. You're right. I've forgotten what I said though. Being politically correct. I've literally forgotten what I was talking about. It's because I talk such rubbish. Oh, I know. Yeah, but you're always going to get somebody that says, not me, I'm not like that. I am. And I'm not saying that women can't protect themselves. Sure as hell we can. Have you ever seen? That's what I say. Mums are the most dangerous species on the planet. Because if you've seen anyone attack our kids, we can literally lift a car. We're built for chasing monsters away. Have I missed somebody? Sorry, you're in Florida, right? Oh, okay. Mama Bear's roar. I guess the rabble's awake, so I should end my stream. But yeah, let's have a look at what we've created today. We created this kind of, not what I really wanted at all, but it is better than it started off. We need more practice on that. This was a practice that, yeah, maybe I can work on that. And that's what we've achieved today. So for now, I'm going to say goodbye because I am probably going to have to start making breakfast. You guys can chat for a bit longer while we watch Manticore's fantastic outro. And thank you to everybody that has been here and watched me and for the fantastic conversation. I can never just say goodbye, can I? All right, I'm going. Maybe.
Excalibur on from the wave so clear. I reign in love again, I reign in love again, by the lady's grace so near. This is the tale of legends high, whispered winds where eagles fly, steel and honor, the thrones of light, in Camelot's halls under starry night. And I'll rise like the morning sun, by Excalibur's truth, a new day begun. Excalibur roared from the lake so deep,